zoning in place because the moratorium, I was wide open. So I started going after NAICS rules that related to specifically what this article. And again, I don't mean to be a interlocutor.
No, that's fine. I want to hear. Stakeholder in the area. Does anybody else have anything to add? Yes.
I've often heard the question as to the restrictive covenant. People have asked, is that a betrayal to the original intent of the property? In other words, most of that property, from what I understand, was donated by the community for a community hospital. And given that, how could restrictions be imposed?
Not something that is black magic or anything else. It's something that should be discussed by the...
Well, that would revert back to what the original conditions were.
Right.
Classic example is the Cataract Fire. That was donated by the church to the fire company with the restriction that if ever stopped being used as a firehouse, it would revert back to the church. So there would have had to have been some sort of restriction like that when the property was left by whoever donated it for the hospital that said if it ceased to be used as a hospital or something. So it would go back to a path restriction. Right.
And has that been queried? Has that been queried by the hospital, the conditions that property was provided under?
It's a good thing to ask of, I forget the name of the group, the drop-in group. What's the name of it?
Gordon LDC, Local Development Corporation.
Because it's certainly discussed at every cocktail party on Saturday night.
The idea is...
True,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Well, it brings to mind also the Stewart Field buffer zone, right? A lot of that was a lot of that land was acquired under eminent domain for the airport, and then after so many years, they decided to sell it. So you would think that the original property owners would have the option to reacquire the property.
Yeah, only if they donated it and said that if it's ever, like the firehouse, only if they donated it and said,
sure,
this ever stops being a hospital, reverts back to us.
You should call them and ask them, Don.
We got to find out.
Call who?
It would be up to the people who donated the land. Behoove them to do the investigation.
They'll hold it. What's the company's name so we can call them and ask? I never remember that level, what their group is.
Gordon LDC, that's me.
Oh, that's you. Call him and ask him.
Almost fine. Okay, anything else? Anything else? That's all the items on the agenda?
Oh, one more thing.
Oh!
We're planting the tree. I just want, since it'll get on here, I wanted to. So, because we ran into difficulty about planting at our original site, we're going to plant one at Wallace Park. And we're going to do it at 3:30 on Friday after school, inviting young kids to come. If you can't come, I hope your wife and kids will come. Exactly, and look forward to some cookies and donuts for the kids. And plant a tree.
And where's this going to be?
Wallace Park.
Which is where?
Triangle Park.
Triangle Park.
Fancy Triangle Park.
Sorry.
Okay.
There's this big sign.
It really?
Yeah, in the rock. That big stone there?
In the rock. I've read the sign. She's never stuck it in.
Triangle Park.
You want to...
Yeah, we'll discuss those uses.
Oh, okay. Stick wall.
Sensitive
What is
boards.
that?
Very good.
Anything else anybody have?
I would just quickly add,
Go ahead.
from the meeting of the Greenwich Avenue business and property owners, very similar tone came out, and I think, it's good to hear again tonight. The less you do in terms of restricting the use, the better for the community.
Yeah.
And I think it's about time Goshen started moving in that direction. Keep the restrictions on use to a minimum. Let the economic activity come in and propose uses. If something is a problem, it can always be dealt with in that process.
That's one perspective.
It's my perspective.
I know,
It's only one.
The only one you
as a
have.
property owner.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Now everybody.